Hello, friends. Today we are going to discuss the topic of Goa's protest movement that is going on, and that is about illegal or unscrupulous land conversion. They are trying to legalize certain kind of land conversion. Obviously, when you convert land, you are losing that land to constructions and all kinds of unscrupulous use of the land. So anyway, I'm not a legal expert, so I'm going to talk about the astrology angle. If you remember in 2020, it's already been 6 years. And since then, I've not touched Goa's chart, as in I've not made any video or anything about Goa's chart. But it's high time now that I again look at it and share with you something. You can see my 2020 videos on the channel. I'll put the link somewhere in the comments. But anyway, now right now, we are going through a Saturn period, Saturn moon period. And we know that in Goa, for Goa, there is this great love for the land. Because Goan people, in the whole of India, they have a sort of very distinct, unique identity. But unlike certain parts of India, like, if you come to South India, people may not speak the common languages that other people speak. They speak only their language. But in Goa, you will see people will speak Hindi, they will speak English, they will speak Marathi, all these languages they will speak because there is a cosmopolitan sense to the place. And where does this come from? It comes from also the idea that we are moon in Taurus. Moon in Taurus, the sign of Taurus is exaltation moon. So that means we are people who are having this great love for the land because Taurus is earth sign. It is the earth sign. There are earth signs, fire signs, water signs. So a great love for the land. So we always call ourselves sons of the soil, you know. So that is the whole thing, that there is a certain love for the land, and we can see that moon is aspected by Venus. We can see that moon is aspected by Jupiter. Moon is the ruler of the Lagna. It is Cancer Lagna. So people are emotional, sentimental people. They are emotional about their land. They are very sensitive. You say something about the place, they get very sensitive. Even if someone posts something on social media after going back from a Goa trip, they are very hurt by that and they will try to correct it and things like that. So it seems like after a lot of time, some protest, some movement is taking place to save the land, to save the environment. So let's see what are the transits going on right now. So it's interesting that a lot of planets right now are transiting the eighth house. Eighth house we know is the house of transformation. So a lot of planets through the eighth house, the house of transformation, change, big change is supposed to come when eighth house. But then these are transitory planets. We have Rahu in the eighth house, which is also which is a longer transit, but rest of them will move next month, right? They will move out of this eighth house, go to the ninth house. But Saturn, which is in the ninth house is the house of ethics and principles. So the ethics and principles, there is less compromise. People are trying to, sort of not compromise on the ethics and principles, go out and protest, do what is right for the land. This is what is happening. And even the opposition, the politicians themselves are involved in the protest. Otherwise, it's not just the people against the establishment, it's also the politicians involved, which I don't know is a good thing or not a good thing. But Saturn, we can see here, is aspecting it's throwing its 10th aspect on these sixth house planets, Mercury, Mars, Sun. Right? Mercury, Mars, Sun. Mars is again land. Mars is connected with land. Mars is connected with fifth house, tourism. 10th house, the government. Sun is the ruler of second house, money, establishment, all these things. So a lot of important planets are aspected by Saturn because any major event that needs to take place, there has to be some kind of important transit correlating to that. There are two affecting planets, right? Planets should be the natal planets, the birth chart planets should be affected by some transit planets, especially Saturn and Jupiter. The others will have very temporary effects. But if Saturn and Jupiter are involved, the effects will be much more. Okay. So I hope you understood that part. Now let me show you something with the dashas. So dasha right now is Saturn Moon. As I told you, Moon is the love for your mother, love for your land, and is the first house ruler sitting in the 11th house. 11th house is house of community. So Moon period, Moon is the in the house of community. Moon is so that is why community effort is building up. Community effort is built up right now, right? And Saturn is also aspecting the moon. So Saturn is always a dharmic corrective force. It will make you, it will not actually do bad to you. It will correct you. It corrects, disciplines. Saturn is the planet of discipline. So right now Saturn is aspecting moon. See, and look at the degrees. Saturn is right now somewhere around 5, 6 degrees. Look at the degrees. Let me explain to you with the degrees. So those who are astrology students will enjoy this. But others can also see Saturn, see 6 point something degrees, 6.58. Moon is 5 degrees in the natal chart. And Mars is 2.50. Mercury is 6 degrees in the natal chart. And also Mars, 2.50 degrees. So all these planets have had a tight aspect of transiting Saturn. Tight aspect on these three planets and tight aspect on moon, which is here, the natal moon and the natal planets. We look at the transit of Saturn, how it affects the natal planets. Yeah, and it's also aspecting the third house. So anyway, I think you have understood this point that Saturn's transit is playing a major role to bring about such a big development. For some time, there was also a despondency that people will probably not do anything about this. Right? Now, let's see what is coming up. So, Saturn, Moon, Mercury right now. Mercury is in the, yeah. So, Mercury is the winds of change. Communication is happening. Matters are being communicated. Mercury is the planet of communication. Ketu period from April to May 2026. This will be a crucial period, April, May 2026. After that, Jupiter also uh, moves to the first house at the end of May. Jupiter transit from Gemini to Cancer. So this will aspect the seventh house planets. This will aspect the also the fifth house, also the ninth house. So Jupiter's aspect will help tourism. So the coming tourist season in Goa will be good. It will be more balanced. And after all these protests and everything, I think I think something good will come out of this because Saturn always, its transit will always bring out something good. It will bring out something that is of value, that is of principle, dharma, as we call it. So let's hope for that. And let's look at a little bit more about the core thing of Goa's chart, which I'll explain to you. Now, always when we decode the karma of a person in the life, we look at where his Rahu is going. Rahu is the head of the demon. It shows where he is going. It shows his future. And Ketu is the past. Ketu shows your past. Okay. So, Rahu is the forward movement. Ketu is the backward movement. These are the two nodes, Rahu and Ketu. So, what happens? Rahu future karma is in the first house. Means, what is first house? First house is the self. First house is the self. So Rahu being in the first house, it means you have to focus on yourself, improve yourself, make yourself better and better and better. And that's how you will, win the trust of others, win the goodwill of others also. You don't try to change others. You don't try to when Rahu is in the first house, the house of the self, you try to improve yourself and progress yourself. So a lot of, there has been a sense, that Goa is becoming a dump yard. Like Ketu in the seventh house. So we are not meant to sacrifice ourselves for others. Even though we are part of another country, we are part of India, which is our country, and people from other countries are trying to come here. So we are still have our own indigenous culture. Even though people come from other places, from other parts of India, from other parts of the world, Goa has its indigenous culture, it has its land, which it has its nature, which is very unique, special, and dear to the people in Goa. So, so that is why the uh, chart says that don't worry about pleasing others. Don't become a tourist pleasing state like Thailand. Don't become like Thailand that you bow down to everyone, every tourist that comes. No. And that has never been the attitude of Goa. Goa has always wanted to maintain its own identity and then welcome people, not to, sort of just serve and become a servant for the tourists. That has never been the attitude. And if we adopt that attitude, we have seen what has happened in the last few years. Because Rahu in first house, first conserve your nature, first conserve your beaches, first conserve your law and order. That's what Rahu in first house says. Don't focus on bringing in tourists and serving them and say that, oh, okay, we will get money by doing all this tourism and then we are going to improve our land. That is never going to happen. So focus on the ethics, the principles. And Rahu is in Cancer, which is the house of the home, house of the mother. So take care of your land, take care of your mother. That is the message for Goa. Even the astrology charts are telling it. Of course, we have interaction with people. We are going to be a cosmopolitan state. We are going to be a melting pot. We are going to be the number one tourism destination. That is shown by the seventh house planets here. It's a seed house, seventh house, three planets. And we have it in us to serve people, to give them hospitality. But let's repair our own land. Let's repair our traffic situations, our roads, our land. That is the Rahu in the first house. Improving ourselves. A lifetime of self-development. Rahu. In a human being's chart, we will always say Rahu in first house is he should do self-development, improve himself, evolve himself. And Rahu in seventh house is focus on relationships and learn from the relationships. But we have Rahu in first house. We don't have it in seventh house. So we have to focus on improving ourselves. That is the main message that I want to give in this video. Of course, we also have three planets in the sixth house. That means some obstacles, some problems. And a governments haven't been stable. Many times, there has been horse trading and all kinds of games as far as the governments are concerned. Recently, situation might have been a slightly stable situation because the central government and the state government are from the same party, but otherwise there has been a lot of issues there. So, and Mercury is afflicted, ruler of third, ruler of ninth. So, also we need to work on our dharma, we will need to work on our right action, right karma, that is third house. And that is also the ninth house. Yeah, I mixed it up. But anyway, Dharma and Karma Yoga, that is what we need to work on. Because house of service has three planets. Right? And also we need to work on making our environment healthy. Sixth house is the house of health. So as I said, improving the state, preserving the nature, preserve what makes Goa as Goa. It's not just the bars and hotels and casinos that make Goa. It is the land, it is the people, it is the culture, all these things, the original, and focus on improving tourism from that perspective. Okay, so I hope all of you guys who are watching this will enjoy it, and thanks for watching. We will be in touch. If you like it, please like, share, subscribe. Share it with your friends in Goa and outside. Everyone loves Goa, and I hope Goa can keep itself fit and natural so that it can cater and give beautiful experiences to everyone all over the world. Cheers and God bless, and good luck to everyone in Goa. Cheers.